Hello everybody, welcome. I'm Zoe Alex, welcome. So basically, in this wonderful reading that I'm going to be doing, this is going to be for the day of the week for July 7th to July 12th of 2025. So basically, in this wonderful reading, I'm just going to tell you all that it's going to be very certain to understand about how it's going to be in that way in this whole entire format. So the way how this is, the way if you understand what the day of the week is, it's going to be very opportunity to understand what's going to be in that way about knowing what to do, and you have to understand the way of how this the way how this content is in that variety of knowing what to do, right? We have to basically understand about what's going on and how we're going to do it and how we're going to believe it, and the things are meant to be, right? So we have to understand the equality to understand what's going on in this whole entire situation. So we have to understand to use their own basic needs to understand what's going to be in that the way how it is, right? So you have to understand that this is based on what's going to be happening, and you have to understand the way how it is. So you have to believe what's going on in this opportunity because the way how it is, right? So you have to understand the ways of understanding about the day of the week, right? So you have to understand what's going happening, and you have to do exactly what you're going to be doing. But then it's like, how would you how you're going to be feeling, how you're going to do that, how you're going to know what to do, right? So you have to believe in order to understand and say, well, this is the way it seems to be. I don't know what to do, but then you have to understand that, right? So you have to believe what's happening in that way, and you have to know that you have to go with the flow and understand how you're feeling, because the way how this is, the way how it is in that way, this is like how it's going to be, right? So it's like, how would you consider yourself wisely to understand how you're feeling? It's the opportunity. It's the way of how this is, right? You have to believe about what's going on, right? And when you have your own abilities from the right and wrong perspective, you put that into that category to know about how you're going to do it. It's basically a self-reflection or the self-ability from what's happening in that way. It's like, this is the way it seems to be. This is the way how it goes. This is the way of how it is, right? This is great content, you know what I mean? But the way how this is, you have to know what's going on in that theory, because that's what's based on that. That's how it is, right? So this is not based on science. This is not based on factor. This is not the way how it goes. But you have to pay attention to understand what it seems to be, right? This is the way opportunity works. This is how it seems to be. So this is how it is. I am drinking my coffee that I'm drinking. So basically, the way how this is, it's going to be very interesting, and we're going to figure out what's going on. So here we go. So in this wonderful reading, basically how this is going to be, everything is in completion, right? This is the way how it goes. So it's like, why everything is in completion, because that's how it is, right? So when you look at this, the Sun 1 stuff represents resilience. Everything is all resilience. You're thinking why, but there's an opportunity to understand that, right? There is the way of how it goes, so you have to pay attention to it. You already have a soulmate. You already have the nourishment. You have skill. The devil reverse. There's no obsessions. There's no addictions, not yet. But there are ways that you need to understand that. But if you're focusing about another Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, you do what it takes because you know what it is, because that's how it kind of is. So you have to understand of how you're going to be feeling, of the way how this is. It's like, this is like how you're going to figure out the way how you're going to be feeling, because that's how it is. So let me see what's happening through this whole entire reading, because I'm going to figure out what's happening. So I'm going to go from the devil to the world, and let's see. So Knight of Wands reverse, followed by the Knight of Cups is upright, followed by the Seven of Wands reverse. Yeah, because you're feeling no silence on this side, but then you have Knight Cups is upright because you're feeling like romantic. You're feeling like, oh well, this is gonna be a fantastic week. I need to be romantic, because that's how it goes, right? So you do what it takes because the way it seems to be. You have to be pure of knowing what to do, and that's how it seems to be. What's happening with this 7 wands here? The Taurus is upright, yeah, because you're healing. You're thinking that you need to understand about how you're going to do it in one way or another. You have to do exactly what you're going to be doing. You have to provide what you're looking for because it's based on that. It's based on how you're going to be feeling, the way how it is, and thinking, well, this seems to be, I don't know what to do. But then it's like how you're going to do that in that way, right? It's like you have to heal, and you have to understand what it seems to be in that way, and everything has to be all good, that's how it goes. So what's happening between this Temperance and this Empress card? So 10 cups, 10 pentacles is reversed, followed by the 2 of swords is upright. So the 10 pentacles reversed, it means that you have no money, nothing, right? You don't know why you're having it, but that's like a bad loss for you, the 2 of swords, you don't know which direction you're going to take, left or right. So let's see what's going on the left side, please. The Justice upright because you're telling the truth. What's on the opposite side? The Page of Cups is upright, yeah, because you want loyalty. That's how it goes, right? Because you need to understand whether you have wealth or not, whether you have money or not. It all depends on you, right? You have to know exactly from the basic needs, the basic wants, the basic qualities to understand that. It's the way how it is. Everything has to be all, the way how this is, you have to know what it takes. This is based on that. It's based on how you can do it in a manner of time of how it goes. It's like, alright, I know what to do. Alright, this is the way it needs to be. Alright, I got this. But then it's how you're going to do that, right? How you're going to coordinate of knowing what to do, right? This is the gradual situation of knowing what to do. But then it's like how you're going to do that in that way. What's happening between this Magician and this 7 wands here? The King of Pentacles is upright, followed the 8 wands is upright, followed the Strength card reversed. Yeah, because you're not being brave, because you're being scared, you don't know what to do. The 8 wands is upright because you're having speed, you're knowing what to do, this is how it seems to be in that way. The King of Pentacles does represent, security. Maybe you're being insecure, maybe you're feeling like, there was something that was happening, how it goes, right? It's like how you're going to, do what you can to understand what you're going to be doing in that way, right? It's like, why are you doing it? That's how it goes. What's happening with this, the Strength card here? The 3 wands is upright, yeah, because you want communication. You want to be communicated, right? And when you do that, that's how it goes. So you could be dealing with under Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, deal with under Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. You're dealing with under the Aries, Sagittarius. There are things that you must learn first in order to do that. You could also basically how it is, where you might be dealing with under Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra in that situation. That's how it seems to be, right? That's how it goes. What's on with this Hermit card? The Star is upright, yeah, because you want inspiration. You want things to be in that perspective, because you're thinking, well, this is how it goes. I don't know what to say or what to do, because that's how it goes. It's like, why are you having this way? Why are you feeling like this? Why, this is like a bold move. It is. But then how it's going to be in that perspective is like you're going to ask, you're going to have loyalty, or you're going to have self-expression, or whatever, because that's how it goes, right? You have to try to go with the flow. That's how it seems to be. What's in the middle of this situation, please? The Tower reverse. So that means that there's basically no transformation, nothing, right? So everything is not transforming in that way. It's like, why? But then that's how it goes, right? You're trying to figure out what's happening in that way because you know what to do, right? You have to know about what's going on in that way, in that complex, in that factory. That's how it goes, and that's how it seems to be. So let's see what's happening on the left side, please. So the High Priest is upright, you're going to use your inner voice. The Devil is upright, there's obsessions. The Tower reverse, there's no transformation. The Moon reverse, there's no mismutations. The Chariot reverse, there's no progress. The Lovers reverse, there's no decisions. The Sun card reverse, there's negativity. Yeah, because when you are in negativity, it's like, why are you doing it? Why are you having a negative way about knowing what to do? If you're using the way about being addicted to something when you're not playing nice, or when you're acting like there's something that was impossible, you have to know exactly how it is in that way. It's like, alright, well, I know what to do. Alright, I got this. Alright, I need to get this moving. I need to get this plugging along, whatever it is. And you have to understand the way how you're feeling, the way how you're going to get an opportunity. You must pay attention to it. You must learn about how you're going to have all the basics to know from front and back to front, what it is. Because you need to understand that there are things you must learn first in order to do that, right? There's a way about knowing what to do and what the universe is saying, because that's how it is. What's happening on the right side, please? The Magician reverse, you have no skill. The Devil is upright. There's obsessions. The Fool is upright. There is change. Things are going to change, right? And when there's an opportunity between, if you have this Devil here and you have this Devil here, you may be focusing on another Capricorn as another Earth sign, but then you don't know what to do. It's like, why you feel like this? Like, why? This is how it is. This is not the way how it goes, but this is just the reading, by the way, right? This is how it is, and you have to understand that, because there are things that you need to understand in order to do that, right? You have to do exactly what it takes. So let me clarify this Sun card here. The Strength card is upright, for the Hierophant reverse, followed by the Justice reverse, followed by the Judgment reverse, followed by the Hangman is upright. So basically it means they have restrictions, but then you have bravery, right? Because you're staying grounded. You're staying how you're going to do that. That's how it goes. It's like how you're going to do that in that way, and everything has to be all great. It's like how you're going to do that in that perspective. That's how it is. So let's see what's happening on, this Devil card on the right side, because I'm going to clarify that. But just reverse, there's no skill. The Wheel of Fortune reverse, you're having bad luck. Yeah, I just said that. Because when you're having bad luck, it's like everything is not going your way. Everything is not planning about how it is. But you need to understand that. And the Emperor is upright because you have structure. Because that's how it goes. Because when you have structure, that's the way it goes. What's happening with this Hangman here? The High Priest, the Hangman reverse, so there's no restrictions. But the Death card is upright because it might be a Scorpio, and it could be endings here. Because when you have endings, it's like, well, I don't want to do this anymore. I quit, or whatever it is. But then you have to understand that when you have basic needs, you have to know what it is in that perspective. That's all you can do. But then it's like, how would you do that? Then you have to know what it takes. Because about that way about knowing what to do. So it's like, how would you do it in that way, right? So let's see what's happening. Let's see what the universe is saying here. Because I want to see what's happening with this universe. So let's go from the middle to left, middle to right. So 10 of Cups reverse, there's no completion. Wheel of Fortune is upright, there's good luck. The 5 of Wands reverse, there's no chaos. Ace of Wands reverse, there's no new beginnings. The 10 of Swords reverse, there's no conclusions. Alright? And the Knight of Pentacles upright, there's trust. Yeah, so you're going to be trusting about what's going on in that way. And you're thinking, okay, well, I'm going to have this good week. I'm going to pay attention. I know what to do. I'm going to have good luck, because that's how it goes. You have to know exactly what's going on in that way. And you have to know what it is in that way. It's like how you're going to do that in that way, in that perplexion, whatever it is, context, whatever it is. But then you have to understand that's how it goes. What's in the middle to the right side, please? The 6 of Wands reverse, there's no achievement. The 6 of Swords reverse, there's no movement. The Hangman reverse, there's no stillness. The Page of Wands there's invention. Yeah, because that's the way it goes. So it's like you're trying to understand what it takes in that way. That's how it seems to be. What's the movement? And the 6 of Wands here. The 2 of Wands reverse, there's no planning. Okay, so not yet. That's how it is. What's in the middle of this situation? Ace of Swords, there's an understanding. So when you understand about what's happening during this week, you have to pay attention what you're going to be hoping for. It's based on this, right? This is based on about how this reading is, and when you pay attention, you have to know what's going on in that way, and thinking, all right, well, this is how it is. All right, I got this. All right, I need to do it. But then you have to understand what it seems to be. So before I let you all go, try to pay attention to what's going on in this way. See if it's the way how it goes, where everything has to be all great. But then it's how you're going to do it in that way, right? You have to understand that there are ways that you must learn first in order to do that. You have to pay attention of what's happening in that way of knowing what to do, and you have to know how it is, right? That's how it seems to be. So you have to do exactly what you're told to do. Be responsible, be how you're feeling, be how you're going to be ready, but the way how it is, right? So this is how it seems to be. But I hope you all like this video and understand this, and this is the way it seems to be. So I hope you all like this way about this reading, and I hope that you enjoy it. Please understand that, but this is the way how it is. So I hope you all like this video, enjoy it, and understand how it goes. But thank you so much. Enjoy, and I'll see you next time. And this is the way it goes. But thank you so much. Have a wonderful day to all, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye for now. Thank you, and thanks, and bye.